Hey guys, welcome back to the Moon Project. So today's episode 75. We're talking about the anteriorly tilted scapula or the wing scapula. This commonly happens when we've got people in that rounded forward posture. My client today is a libero in volleyball, so the reason that we have her as a perfect example is that she's constantly in this position. Okay, not all that much different than the person that's in this position. Okay, so we're losing all the strength of those muscles that are stabilizing the scapula. They're trying to keep the gliding motion very consistent and fluid through the scapula, and then the stabilizers through the humerus. So not only are we getting tight anteriorly, but also posteriorly we're getting very weak. So what we're showing you guys today is how to unglue some of those tissues and then kind of resurface that gliding posture or that gliding motion through the scapula, and then give you a little bit of stability exercise because they are essentially stabilizers of the humerus. So we've got a little bit of everything for you guys. MC, she's got the peanut in her hand. Show the peanut, MC. All right, so she's going to put that right behind her on the mat. Put it in a spot where it's in her upper spine, in between her shoulder blades, to make sure it's high enough. All right, she's going to brace from her midsection, bend your knees, MC. First thing she's going to do is go ahead and wrap those hands around your shoulders so much that you're trying to open up your shoulder blades. There you go. Now smash side to side. All right, so what we're trying to do is just unglue all those tissues that are knotted up, get those goose eggs out right between the shoulder blades, medial scap, on the outside of the spine. We're going to breathe in these positions. Then she's going to go ahead and she's going to start getting those shoulder blades to glide. So let's take those arms up 90 degrees like a field goal. Keep her head rested, keeps her abs braced, and then she starts to reach overhead with her arms. All right, we've done this movement before. All right, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit up 3 to 4 spots, hanging out in positions that feel extra tender. All right, but now let's talk a little bit more about the scapula and the movement that she needs to do. So what we're going to do is give her this ball. She's going to lie on her side. She's going to put the ball underneath one of her legs and go sideline. There you go. Make sure that the knee is higher than the hip so that the lumbar spine doesn't extend. As she actively reaches with your right arm, she's going to actually rotate her left, reach for the ground, and internally rotate her left and reach for the ground in the other direction. All right, so we're basically getting that scapula to move in every position, flexion, extension, externally rotating, internally rotating. We're trying to get all those muscles and tissues to glide, to keep that sliding surface intact, to try to get that scapula to just move freely among her rib cage without getting stuck. Good. From there, let's talk about stability. So she's going to get into a push-up position, MC. Push up. All right, and we're going to go through 3 progressions of this. So what we want is for her to be able to retract and protract her shoulder blades and keep her shoulders driven away from her ears. All right, just another way to try to get the scapula moving freely, but integrating some strength as she does it. Okay, so she got to keep a braced spine, engage glutes, draw them in, draw them out. Don't let that lower back sag, MC, keep them high. There you go. Nice. That serratus fires up. Good. All those stabilizers are going to fire up. Nice. Go ahead and stand up from there. What she's going to do next is go ahead and go into a dip scap progression. So she's driving her shoulders away from her ears with her hands below her. Nice. Just getting used to that depression because she's constantly wanting to shrug up and anteriorly rotate from her upper spine. Good. All right, and then the last one. Let's go hanging. Same thing. All right, she's driving those shoulder blades down, trying to activate all those muscles that depress. Nice. Good, and once all those isolation exercises are over, then we're going to integrate it into a stability exercise because all those muscles in her shoulder, her rotator cuffs, and all those muscles in her shoulder joint are actually supposed to stabilize her humerus. So let's make sure that her humerus is stable. Let's give her some feedback with the ball. She's going to go from a lying down position into a sitting position. So she's going to do a sit-up, essentially, using her left elbow, but it's all about keeping that ball straight up over her head. Nice. All right, so notice she's got to go very, very slow. Okay, keep it overhead the whole time. Give me another one. Going really, really slow. She's making sure that she keeps her joints aligned, and that in turn is forcing her shoulder to stabilize. I guess one more. Forcing her shoulder to stabilize. She's got to react from the movement of the ball. And that is the stability exercise. Your progressions, really, really good for athletes, but also phenomenal for the general person that's constantly seated at a desk. So basically what we did is we went through soft tissue, we took you through full range of motion, so we did a mobility drill, then we went through an isolated strength progression, we had 3 different ones, and then finally to a stability drill, all very taxing, all can be done in higher intensities. So let me know how those go, and we can add intensity as we learn more. Good luck.